What's up guys? I am Limul Francisco and I am here to discuss about the trait theories of crime. So first, let's talk about what is trait theory. Trait theory is an approach to the study of human personality. Trait theorists are primarily interested in the measurement of traits, which can be defined as habitual patterns of behavior, thoughts, and emotion. So next, what is foundation trait theory? Foundation of trait theory. The view is that criminals have physical or mental traits that make them different or abnormal. William Sheldon suggested somatotype makes people susceptible to delicate behavior. It is called mesomorphs, ectomorphs, and endomorphs. Mesomorphs have well-developed muscles and an athletic appearance. They are active-aggressive, sometimes violent, and the most likely to become criminals. Ectomorphs are tall, thin, and less social and more intellectual than the other types. Endomorphs have heavy build and are slow-moving. They are known for lethargic behavior, rendering them unlikely to commit violent crime and more willing to engage in less strenuous criminal activities such as fencing stolen property. So now, let's discuss about the biology, trait theory, and psychological trait theory. So first, let's talk about the biology trait theory. Biological trait theories, or biosocial theory, rather than view the criminal as a person whose behavior is controlled solely by conditions determined at birth. Most biocriminologists believe that physical environment and social conditions work in concert to produce human behavior. Because of this integrated approach, this view is commonly referred to as biosocial theory. The following subsection will examine some of the more important schools of thought within biosocial theory. First, we look at the biochemical factors that are believed to affect behavior. Then the relationship of brain function and crime will be considered, followed by an analysis of genetics and crime. Finally, evolutionary views of crime causation are evaluated. The biochemical condition and crime. Biochemical conditions and crime. Some trait theories believe biochemical conditions, including both those that are genetically predetermined and those acquired through diet and environment, control and influence antisocial behavior. The influence of damaging chemical and biological contaminants may begin even before birth if the mother's diet either lacks or has an excess of important nutrients, such as manganese, that may later cause developmental problems in their offspring. Maternal alcohol abuse and smoking during gestation have long been linked to prenatal damage and subsequent antisocial behavior in adolescents. One recent study by Lisa Gutzkickoff and Theodore Buchanan examined relations between maternal smoking and child behavior among 133 women and their children aged 7 to 15.25. The researcher compared women who smoked during pregnancy with A. those who did not smoke, and B. those who did not smoke but experienced significant secondhand exposure. So, after the biology trait theory and biochemical condition and crime, let's move on to the psychological trait theory. Psychological trait theory. A trait can be thought of as a relatively stable characteristic that causes individuals to behave in certain ways. The trait approach to personality is one of the major theoretical areas in the study of personality. The trait theory suggests that individual personalities are composed of this broad disposition. Unlike many other theories of personality, such as psychoanalytic or humanistic theories, the trait approach to personality is focused on difference between individuals. The combination and interaction of various traits form a personality that is unique to each individual. Trait theory is focused on identifying and measuring this individual personality characteristic. So, this is the last one that I am going to discuss in this video is the psychodynamic theory. Psychodynamic or psychoanalytic psychology was originated by Viennese psychiatrist Sigmund Freud on 1856 to 1939 and has since remained a prominent segment of psychological theory. Sigmund Freud believed that we all carry with us the residue of the most significant emotional attachment of our childhood, which then guide future interpersonal relationships. Today, the term psychodynamic refers to a broad range of theories that focus on the influence of instinctive drives and forces and the importance of developmental processes in shaping personality. Contemporary psychodynamic theory places greater emphasis on conscious experience and its interaction with the unconscious. In addition to the role that social factors play in development, nonetheless, it still focuses on the influence of early childhood experiences on the developmental of personality, motivation, and drives. So guys, in conclusion, there are several approaches in understanding criminality. One should never associate criminality to a single factor, for human disposition are complex in nature. In addition, ruling criminality that relies only on a single basis can result to inappropriate judgment that may compromise fairness or justice. So, this is all for this video. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy this video. See ya!